Hello and welcome to the PC Perspective Podcast. This is episode 840. This is being recorded on October 15, 2025. I am Sebastian Peak.
I'm still Jeremy Hellstrom. I'm still here.
I'm Josh Walrath, and wasn't the i7 840 the first integrated graphics CPU from Intel? Well, yeah, for that platform. Is it? I can't remember.
Was it a discrete GPU, the i740?
No, that was not.
It became on graphics later.
i840, no. i780, sure.
i740, sure. Chipset 815, right?
815, 830, yeah. 810. 810 was the integrated.
Oh, okay, yeah. But which used the same graphics, yeah. Did you introduce yourself?
I'm Josh Walrath, damn it.
Nobody knows what they're talking about. I'm still Brett Van Spernberg. Welcome back to me.
You know, in a world of forced Windows 11 and iOS 26, if you're one of the people out there looking for an alternate interface to your digital devices, don't worry. You're not going crazy. You're going sane in a crazy world. I'm Kent Burgess.
And he runs BIOS.
Can we make that into a t-shirt? Going sane in a crazy world and stuff like the PCPer logo. We're stealing it.
Unfortunately, I stole that from Ben Edlund.
Dang it. Mm-hmm. All right, we got it.
That's okay. No one remembers.
By the way, you can find out how to support this podcast, which is called the PC Perspective Podcast, by going to patreon.com/PCPer. Not PCPer.com. That's the website. Not youtube.com/PCPer. That's the YouTube channel. Not at PCPer on X.
Do you know how much more money we could make if we created Patreon.com? People will pay us money who hate us.
Honestly,
and
that's what I thought he said.
The more they pay us. It's unlimited money.
Brett, do you have anything to add this week?
You know, I'm gonna rescue you off of this one. Yeah, we do. We've got a really big shout out going out to BT. You would think I would have just pronounced two letters. You'd be wrong. That's BEETEE, which is somewhat clever and appreciated. So yeah, keep those word plays coming in whatever, whenever you sign into your Patreon and throw just endless dollars at us. Make your name clever.
Make it offensive to us, just not profane. Because we have to read whatever you put in the name field.
So once you're into the Patreon system, why remain still? Plus up occasionally when you're enjoying the content, like Gray S128 did. He came along and said, wow, I'm enjoying this so much. I'm going to throw another 50 cents in. And he did. Or she did. I don't really know, but probably he. Mostly he's watched the show, to be honest with you. I wonder why.
Look, only if you're looking at the statistics, yes. Like the demographics.
I have looked.
It's 99% male.
0.9.
It's at this time every week that we go to Laramie, Wyoming, virtually, using the power of the internet and cameras and microphones to learn about, hopefully, a burger of the week. Take it away.
Just making sure I'm not muted. And I'm not. Because if I were... Anyway. You know what? That wasn't a burger special. The owner came out and apologized to me, Josh. I'm very sorry. We don't have a burger special this week. So I had to do something a little different. I had to get 5 large smoked wings with a Jamaican buffalo sauce. Yes, these were perfectly done wings with a nice amount of sauce. Had to get the blue, gosh dang it, not ranch, but blue cheese dressing. Because when you're dipping all your stuff in there, ranch is verboten with buffalo wings. Yeah, you can actually see a little bit of the pepper on the, not the pepper, but the seeds from the peppers that they use to crush.
I see one.
Oh, I do. Yes.
Yeah. It was tangy. Wasn't overly spicy, surprisingly, but it was very, very tasty, very smoky. The Jamaican sauce apparently adds a little bit more smoke to a buffalo sauce. And of course, there's smoked wings. So, and then, the tots, they were in the sidecar. So they stayed a little bit more separated and crispy, though I left them in there for too long because I came back to work to eat this. And somebody needed something. So I couldn't air them out quickly enough. And so they got a little humid, a little wet, less crunchy. So,
but you had your meat and 2 veg. That's very responsible.
Yeah, and I did eat all the vegetables. Celery, I'm not a non-fan of celery. I mean, it's not my favorite, but you dip that in the blue cheese dressing, and it's fantastic. You get some good fiber in you. It's crunchy. When I was a young man, boy, my grandma would often make appetizers out of celery and the squeezed cheese. And then for me, she would do peanut butter in there as well, because I preferred peanut butter than cheese. And so, I had an early love of celery that is nearly unexplainable. But the carrots were good. And I got it all. Smoked wings. Don't pass them up. They're fantastic.
Let us move to the PC Perspective news desk, and in no particular order, even though I would always put Intel first. As you know, we have been Intel shills for years. Mm-hmm. Our former editor-in-chief jumped ship as soon as Intel offered him a job.
But it's in the DNA now. It's in the DNA now.
So obviously, Intel, it's all about Core Ultra 300 series. And by the way, I'm being facetious. Please don't misunderstand. We're completely unbiased here. Panther Lake CPUs have appeared in Hardware Monitor's update. Flagship Core Ultra X9 388H confirmed. The naming convention for these CPUs is completely out of hand. At 388H, I'm assuming this is a mobile part.
Yes.
It'll eventually be on desktop as well. And who knows, they could actually reach parity with 14th gen with the Core Ultra 300 series. It's possible.
I mean, a goal is good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
So look forward to Panther Lake soon. Obviously, a bunch of outlets were posting architectural details because there were fab tours, I think it's Fab 52, and all sorts of excitement surrounding Panther Lake.
Oh gosh, look. 12 PCIe lanes.
Wow.
What is mobile? So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm interested a little bit in XE3 and XE3P or whatever they're calling the lower powered one, but Intel certainly doesn't seem to be, because they haven't been talking about it. It's like there hasn't been much in the way of news about it, but I mean, it could be the one tiny interesting thing about this if it works out really well. I don't know that it will, though.
Well, do you need to finish up, or
no? I just that was
you were just trailing off,
more or less. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, like one of the last fortresses of Intel is their mobile parts. They still have a huge advantage over AMD and Qualcomm / ARM and those other partners for mobile parts for the sub 50 watt replacement desktop, notebook, ultrabook, whatever you want to call it. So all of these are 28 to 40 to 50 watts. And they've done extremely well in that area. And of course, it makes sense that they would introduce these parts first because, one, you have the lower TDP, you don't have to clock them as high, or you don't have to, have them kind of survive higher clocks for a long period of time because you're constraining the power being delivered to them. And they're still making pretty good money because mobile parts are still a little bit more expensive than desktop parts, oddly enough. The whole package, dollar per core is better in the mobile market than it is in desktop. So, it makes sense that they would be hitting on these things first. And trying to press their advantage. I mean, AMD has got some pretty good parts out there, but they still have only barely moved the needle on mobile. They've made advances, but Intel is still something like 80-85% in mobile, if I'm correct.
Yeah, there are a lot of deals out there in place with various laptop manufacturers that I think it'll take a while to see more penetration from AMD. Though there are really good gaming laptops out there with that delightful combination of a Ryzen processor and mobile NVIDIA graphics. So I feel like that's trendy. But in the workplace, I feel like it's all Intel still.
Yeah. I mean, there might be an AMD offering as a special build, but which, I mean, to be honest, is huge compared to the last 15, 20 years or so in business. But that's it. Other than that, it's just Intel.
I got that $400 laptop from Lenovo that has the 8840U processor from AMD. It's an i7. It's the full 8-core, 16-thread, 12 Radeon units, and it's a good little beast for being 35 watts or so. But yeah, it was only $400 for the entire thing. 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig SSD, and a 15.4 or 15.3 1920 by 1200 IPS panel. So obviously,
from HP that we're looking at,
AMD
and it's the same. It's still cheap.
Yes, AMD is selling their chips for cheap to get in there.
That sounds like one you could get at Staples.
It was a Newegg special. I was quite happy. You okay, Sebastian? Did you stub your toe?
That was my attempt. That was my attempt to say they were just very common. I wasn't trying to put it down. Just very common.
He's not feeling so good. He's hurting.
He's dying, but aren't we all really?
No, but I'm not missing the show. We're not canceling another podcast.
No.
Until we
do. Too many cancels this quarter.
Because we will. Trust me. Soon. Our next news story, I read about this yesterday. This happened on October 14. I am going to be honest with you. I didn't sleep well last night. I've been just, how do I put this? How do we talk about this on the podcast? It's one of the most exciting things that I've seen in not just the PC industry, but just in world history, at least since I've been alive. The Joint Electron Device Engineering Council, commonly known as JEDEC, they've done it. They have announced their annual update to the DDR5 serial presence detect content standard.
Oh, geez.
Don't tell me the madman didn't go up to 9,200 megahertz.
My heart.
Okay, sorry for
insane.
The dumb.
Joe Macri drops another monster on us.
This is a big deal because JEDEC standard now extends up to DDR5 9200, which means there will be kits with higher latency than you can possibly imagine that will run
also 92
outrageous speeds out of the box. Yeah, it'll be CAS 92, but it'll be DDR5 9200. You're absolutely right about that. So,
when it gets around to answering your request, it's very fast.
Yes.
We could also talk about the codes for the new small outline compression attached memory modules, expanding error logging information for a multiplexed rank.
Just
memory
Mr.
module.
There's no reason to go on about that.
Oh,
there's no reason.
Okay.
Oh, we have to call it Mr. Dim.
From videocards.com, Edifier has a desktop speaker. Now, where in this picture, here's a desktop PC. Where do you think the speaker is? Is it under the desktop? Is it above the desktop? Or is it the desktop itself?
What?
For just $210-ish, a gaming speaker that looks like a gaming PC.
It's even got dual video cards in the renders.
Fake.
Yeah. And apparently the LED lights, they go around and around to make it look like the fans are spinning. It's got a screen on the fake
screen
AIO.
And their water cooling isn't even attached to the CPU.
This looks like bad AI of a gaming PC.
That's memory sticks back there with the two vertical lines.
But look at this. This picture is great. You've got a little mini PC under your monitor, and you're kind of self-conscious about it. Like, my PC is really small.
Well,
I want my friends to
it's
think I
hidden
have a
behind the
gaming PC.
giant clock, so don't worry about it.
Boom. Huge speaker. And you can just hide your embarrassing little mini PC behind it.
Why did they go?
Because you know what's really good for a PC?
Big knobs on
really strong magnetic fields from speakers, especially a subwoofer. Not only that, but the vibration will eventually pop things out.
Oh, come on. This isn't the
Your
CRT
thermal
era
interface
anymore.
It's gonna get bubbles in there. Anyway, Edifier. I like their stuff, but this is interesting.
If we can get them to send us one. I want to get one of these.
I'd go back to a mini PC if I could rock a small form factor speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the lights do rotate around. I want it to look like I built my own gaming PC
and put them next to each other and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that was that story. Now, Windows 11, controversial topic for a lot of people. Windows 10, they're trying to get you off of it. They're on national news everywhere. Windows 10 has reached end of life. What does this mean for you? And a lot of like normal average Americans getting scared. Like, wait a minute, no more security updates. Does that mean it's not secure?
They're not sure they're even running Windows 10, so maybe it doesn't apply to them.
I don't know.
They don't even know.
So what is the alternative though? Getting people onto Linux?
Oh,
what about the pre-Windows?
I love
era?
Linux, but not for regular people.
What about the 8 and 16-bit era? When we had delightful home computers.
You want 3.1 again?
Remember Commodore? The Commodore 64.
Oh my gosh!
I remember when the 386SX was released, and it was a 32-bit CPU on a 286 bus that they optimized for 386.
What did SX stand for, Josh? I know what it stood for. That's right.
Who owned a 386SX 20? This guy.
I am not lying when I say that just this morning, Josh, I was watching a video from the Computer History Museum with Pat Gelsinger talking about the 386 architecture.
God, he looks like he was 12 in that.
Yeah.
He sounded like he was 12 too. Did kind of a higher voice.
He might have actually been 12 because I don't know if he actually went to college before he went to work for Intel.
And you know what? He was actually the lead for the 486 project and had just completed the 386 project. So this was an interesting interview because it was after the 386 launch, but while they were still developing the 486. To give you an idea of how long ago that was.
Yeah, it was a week back.
Yes.
Those late 80s.
Yeah.
YouTube chat, Stedman notes that we've still got 386s running probably mission critical stuff in space.
Those are great processors.
Yep. They can
and they're so old they weren't actually SX or DX because it was before the DX. They just say 386.
But they were always. I thought they differentiated whether they had the 32-bit versus 16-bit.
The originals didn't
interface.
Because there was no such thing as a DX.
The DX was just
the DX came out.
No, DX was x87 co-processor on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was
the
a
regular
system.
386.
It was 3232.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 3216.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes. Moving on. I guess the point of this story is that you have a choice. And Commodore, recently resurrected, sort of, has an alternative for you. OS Vision 3.0. It's a free, well, of course, Linux-based OS with 200 plus games included.
Oh my
Commodore
gosh.
promises no nags, no noise, no tracking. They want you to have a delightful user experience, a beautiful looking, sort of retro-inspired UI.
It doesn't come with that keyboard.
No,
unfortunately.
I mean you could build yourself a system like that pretty easily. So Commodore OS version 3.0, a Linux-based sanctuary from tech gone too far.
Commodore does actually, I think they've got something to say when they put out there, "We won't leave you behind." ever, meaning they
Nope,
have
they're still
been around for so long.
What?
You could almost believe it that they're never going anywhere.
This looks an awful lot like Mac OS 10.5 Leopard to me.
Talk in the
the-
middle of the
That
bottom.
guy is living in the 80s. He's got the fax machine. He's got the
Oh, yeah.
boom box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
neighbor to a
Cell
Turo.
phone. Well, the cell phones are 2000, but anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I should
Where's
try
that
this
from?
out.
Come on. Where was that from, Jeremy? How many times did you ever play Elder Scrolls 3? And you created a character. Interesting.
Interesting.
One interesting thing about this distro, by the way, is it's much larger than the usual Linux distro. It is, wrong camera. It is 35 gigabytes.
Oh.
So it's a Debian-based Linux OS, but it comes with, a bunch of UI stuff and games and demos. Download this today. I don't know
the
where
Commodore
to download
has,
it from.
in the Amiga era especially, was always big about the demos, kind of like showing off the capabilities of the operating system and the hardware. Demos were a real thing back then. That era is past us.
Well, I mean, the demo scene still exists, but it's not available to usual users.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
I do.
Well, Steam Next Fest is going on, so they're spewing demos left and right and center right now. But
The Commodore 64X PC with
Oh,
OS
he's downloading
Vision.
it.
You're downloading it now.
Only
You're gonna be
30
running it
slap.
Are you going to be running it by? I can't believe it's so slow in your fiber. Are you going to be running it by the show's end?
it's
No,
it's
I'm
very
not.
popular.
I'm gonna download
so
it from
a lot of people are downloading
Not
it.
this laptop with its slower wireless connection I have connected right now. That's really slow.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Not the one I'm running at
Yeah.
2.4 gigahertz. No, not that one.
We should all try Commodore OS. See how it is.
You should.
I'll bring it to work. See what they think.
Yeah.
I'll be very popular there.
By the way, if you do insist on running Windows 11, don't use. We talk about Rufus, I think, almost every week now. But if you don't want to use that tool and you want to use Microsoft's official Windows Media Creation tool, good luck, because they broke it. They broke the Media Creation tool.
But to make it even funnier, they specifically broke it when you're running it on a Windows 10 machine. If you run a Windows 11 media creation tool on a Windows 11 machine, it works as expected.
Well, then
But on
upgrade.
Let me
and
see
then
if I
download the
understand.
OS.
Let me see if I understand properly here. Please upgrade from Windows 10. Please upgrade from Windows 10. Okay, this is what you need to do. You just need to simply create a Windows 11 install using our media creation tool. How easy could that be? And then they break that.
No.
Is that really the story here?
No, the story is, upgrade from Windows 10, upgrade from Windows 10 to 11, upgrade to Windows 11.
The beatings will
by
continue.
buying a new machine which has Windows 11
Yes.
installed on it,
That
so
is
you
the
can
key,
use
yes.
the media creation tool to upgrade the old machine you don't need anymore.
I will
Bingo.
feel wonderful about the millions of metric tons, or U.S. tons, either way, of electronic waste that we're making
The
here over
Windows
the
11
Windows 10 to
created?
11. Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes. Thank you, Windows 11.
yes, which sort of leads into the next part of that.
Yeah,
story,
you're
which is
definitely
that-
onto something here, because with the PC market stagnant, they need to somehow increase demand. Just go to Best Buy or wherever and buy yourself one of these beautiful new AI-powered Windows 11 machines.
Sebastian, come to find out, people in the U.S. aren't doing that. Oh, they're
That
just not
doesn't-
doing
That's
it.
not good. Look at this.
People everywhere aren't doing that, except in the EMEA.
Yes,
From Q1
that's
to Q2
true.
was a pretty big drop. I don't see the scale here is not listed, but the
It's just
numbers
sort of
don't
the
look good.
angle. The angle of it is just like steep descent in buying rates, and it's now up only like 1% over previous where we were last year.
Hey, but Japan,
And-
they're all about Windows 11.
True.
Yeah, but
Just-
they've been there
sure.
for a while.
Yeah, but it's peer pressure. I think it's like,
Yeah.
you don't have the latest.
They're pegging the EMEA to do this upgrade because the privacy agreements in the European Union. In order to maintain your GPDR status, you will need to go to an operating system which does get regular security upgrades, which means any company that dragged their feet on moving from Windows 10 to Windows 11 on that hardware they didn't want to have to replace literally now has to, in order to remain compliant with the privacy laws. So that's the boost there. It's not because they want to. It's because they're kind of legally required to.
Wait, what? So you're saying that they legally required to use the least private OS on Earth?
No, just an OS which is constantly getting upgrades.
But how does it have anything to do with privacy? Windows 11 is the least private OS you can run.
It doesn't even matter. Windows 10 is no longer getting security updates.
But it's being updated, guys. It's fully updated with all the latest security patches.
Yes.
But we're spying on you and everything that you do.
There was a mention in the YouTube chat.
We're doing it. Go ahead.
There was a mention in the YouTube chat regarding our tariffs, preventing upgrades or artificially inflating the pricing of the new PCs.
Not preventing, but just making it.
No,
but actually, Josh,
they were exempted. Almost all PC.
How much did you pay for your brand new Windows 11 PC recently? The laptop,
$400.
$400.
And that's a laptop.
It's not a brick.
$400.
And it's not a total piece of junk, right?
With a 16 by 10 screen, I might add.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, how often do you see that?
16 by 10. I did catch that when you said that. Mm-hmm. Those extra pixels, they're so choice.
They are. I love 1610 displays.
Yes, me too.
All right. Moving on to our next story. I never thought I would be reporting these words. Be quiet. The maker of cases, power supplies, coolers, things like that. Not only do they have cases that have all sorts of RGB lighting effects and aquarium style glass, they now have a semi-passive PSU. Remember when Be Quiet was the active only PSU company? When everybody else had a passive mode, they said, no, it's always better to have at least one big fan spinning slowly than to ever have anything passive. But they've adjusted to the pressure.
They've gotten older.
They're using better quality components inside the PSUs. I mean, they were already good. Now they're even better. So
that cybernetics titanium rating is ridiculously efficient.
Yeah.
They even look good on the inside.
Look, it's got 2 big capacitors in it. Go back. Go back.
What is this voice?
Usually there's a 1, but there's 2.
This looks... Well, you have to for the...
I'm confused. Is this a speaker or a PSU?
It looks like an amplifier, doesn't it? It looks like an amplifier for...
Well, I mean, it literally is.
It is. It's amplifying.
True. It is an amplifier.
It is true.
Yeah.
It does.
D90.
It does frequency filtering. It actually, creates different voltages. It's an amplifier. It is an amplifier.
I thought it was an Edifier for a second there. I was confused.
So this is the Dark Power 14. I have a Dark Power 13 on the test bed behind me. It doesn't have semi-passive mode.
I think I have 3 or 4 Dark Power.
How many 12-volt rails does that have?
How many do you need?
One.
I don't know, but I do know that there's on mine. There's an overclocking key, so you push that in there, and then there's just one rail.
That's right. I forgot about that feature.
That's one of my least successful videos that I've produced for the YouTube channel was a review of sorts of a Be Quiet power supply, and we talk about the OC key. But I try to stay away from power supply reviews.
With Germanic efficiency, I might add.
What's $4,000 and worth its weight in gold?
And colored like gold?
MSI or Asus 1 petaflop thing?
No.
DGX Spark.
Oh.
Look at this shiny thing. It's the pint-sized AI box.
Oh, it is. It's not even 6 by 6 inches, that is.
Yes, serve the home. Patrick Kennedy says it is so freaking cool. And
it's got NVLink. Look, see that weird slot at the on the right-hand side there that you don't recognize? That's for NVLink.
Oh, I thought it was like maybe air like airflow.
No, the foam is
that's-
apparently what it breathes through.
So this is like a sponge material? Is this metal? What is this?
It's giving me trypophobia right
It's
now. By the
magic.
way,
Yeah, I don't like it. It's almost
It's
as
giving
bad
me
as the
magic.
last
Extreme-
Intel Mac Pro.
extreme
I bet if I
trypophobia.
threw it
Almost.
at your head, you would bleed.
Yes. It's
Quoting
not quite
the-
a Pangalactic Gargle Blaster, but it's getting close there. So it's
Nice.
128 gigs of unified memory. NVLink, as we said, so 200
that means
gigabit.
and it's unified. I mean, it's flat
Yeah.
memory address space from GPU to CPU, so it can run really large models, kind of like the AMD Strix with the 128 gigs of memory.
Kind of, but this thing is
Yeah.
6 inches by 6 inches by 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very crowded in there. So your GB10, your Grace Blackwell, you've got some normal connectivity like 10 gigabit E from Realtek and Wi-Fi 7 for you can communicate
For
with your
normies.
plebeian other stuff. Yeah, 3 USB 3s, 20 gigabits. The fourth one is for power because it comes with a 240 watt power adapter. Although as much as Serve the Home chewed away at benchmarking, they never actually saw it hit anywhere near that high. And believe it or not, that horrific looking golden foam, it never broke 40 dBA under heavy load, which is, I mean, wow, that kind of blew me away. I figured that would be hovering off of the table there. So yeah, this is really kind of neat. It's also really expensive, but for what you get, and with that NVLink means you can just sort of, buy as many as you can afford and link them together and do whatever it is you feel like on huge models. This thing
Is
landed.
4K is $4,000 really expensive considering the price of GPUs? Is it? Or is it just
Yes.
I mean,
kind
Yes.
of expensive?
Still 128 gigs of main memory. I mean, that's $400 just right there in base costs. And that's just BOM,
mhm.
not even what their overhead. So
And
Brett,
the
yeah.
NVIDIA connectivity.
Brett, how much would it cost to configure a Mac Studio with 128 gigabytes of unified memory?
I would say more than 4K. Did you notice the M5, by the way, is like there's 32? Oh, we talk about that later.
No, we'll talk about it right now because Apple has unleashed the M5, the next big leap in AI performance for Apple Silicon. That's from the Apple newsroom. I'm quoting their press release from this morning. 4 times peak
The last
GPU
M4,
compute
we
performance.
never even knew you.
Let's see. Oh, wait. No, there's a caveat here. M5 delivers over 4x the peak GPU compute performance for AI compared to M4.
M5 is all about the AI. It is
Apparently
sprinkled
so.
in there like you're blasting salt off your elbow. It is.
See
It
all
is
this stuff in here?
amazing how much
It's all
AI is
AI.
in here. All of
CPU
it.
cores? No, it's all just AI.
Mhm.
Every GPU core has its own neural.
That's right. Neural accelerators.
Yep.
10 GPU core with neural accelerator in each core. No longer
Your
relegated
iPad
off
is
to the
going to be a
side.
better computer than ever with this.
They announced a MacBook Pro, the 14-inch version.
They did.
Also,
and look,
yep.
you can play
Also gonna
Cyberpunk
be with
on
an
it.
M5.
Cyberpunk at 1610.
So the unified memory bandwidth is all the way up to almost just over 150 gigabytes per second. Which
Yes, it is
actually
153,
pretty-
as a matter of fact.
pretty fast.
That's almost
actually.
30% higher than M4.
I know that my M3 Max laptop, MacBook Pro, is starting to feel a little long in the tooth now.
Okay.
Well, FOMO there,
Who
Brett.
buys M3? Really?
M-
I mean, come on.
I have an M3 Max. It's starting to feel a little old. I don't know.
Does it run Windows 11?
how do I even-
Or are you
How
gonna
do I
have to
even
switch?
How do I even Google with that? How do I even
You
search
don't.
stuff? I
The
can't even
internet
chat
works.
Blurred
GPT
out.
with it. I can't even chat GPT with it anymore. Oh no.
Okay, let's configure a Mac Studio. No, this does not have M5, but M4 Max. Let's
This-
see. can I do it with 128 gigs? That's the question.
You noted the next one was starting at 4K, by the way.
So you'll go,
there you go.
32,
54.
Now you're going with an
5500.
M3
It's only 96.
Why won't it let me
You've got
select the
to
128?
go to the next
because
one
it's
up.
M3.
Ooh, 256. Okay, for
There you go.
7,000.
Why not go to 512?
Okay, fine. For just
Because he's not insane.
$9,499. This is 4 times better than what NVIDIA has to offer, and it's only twice the cost, plus, 2.5 times the cost.
I think you're doing math very well.
So let's go back. Let's see. We'll just do the little 14-core CPU, but we still want all the unified memory. Oh, they don't offer it.
No, you don't get.
Okay, so if I do M4 Max, I can have 128.
There you go.
That's less. That's less.
Cheaper. It's cheaper. What a bargain.
$36.99.
Buy now.
Yeah, but can you string it together with others?
I can get it like in 5
but at a
days,
paltry
5 days. Why does it take so long?
Jeremy, at a paltry 10 gigabits.
Oh, well, I mean, what's
barely-
the point at that point?
Barely adequate. And you're going to need like a switch from some company.
What is the memory bandwidth for M4 Max? It's like 40 or 80. Is it 80 gigabytes per second? I don't remember.
Wasn't like the
memory.
M5 130?
400.
It was 120. 120 gigabits a second. So they're 30 gigabits a
gigabits? You
second
mean
higher.
gigabytes?
Gigabytes, sorry. Capital B.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're like 30 gigabytes a second faster now with M5.
Okay. Good. Well, we've got the Apple discussion out of the way.
I mean, it's 20%. I mean, what are you going to do? 20% more. Better all around.
Mm-hmm. I think it's time for some insecurity.
Isn't it?
I know, everybody.
Time for me to take a nap.
Nap time.
Everybody go get another drink. Yeah, go to the bathroom.
No, I'm good, but thanks.
Okay.
I've got one. Thank you.
Welcome to Insecurity Corner, your weekly reason to drink.
And our first story, communication satellites discover SIP encryption for the first time. But I thought they were secure.
Oh,
I'll bet you did, because you don't read the stories that I linked to in the very beginning of that, where essentially most satellite designers seem to have figured that, well, it's really hard to get into low Earth orbit to get physical access to the satellite, so we don't really need to secure them. It's fine. And the whole idea that, you can set up a base station with a cheap satellite dish and take control of a satellite, like just reboot it and reset all of its security codes back to factory's defaults, which are readily available to be discovered. That's just normal, and you shouldn't worry about that at all. But just to make things worse, a group of researchers from like 3 different universities wanted to take a look at the traffic flowing through from your cell phone, your
Jeremy,
Wi-Fi connection.
you don't even
on a
have
plane.
to. You don't even have to take control of the satellite to just scan it.
No,
And
because that's what they want to do is just, hey, what is the traffic like from these satellites? Why am I extra wide today?
This is voice over IP calls. This is stuff from people's planes. This is a lot of other traffic that's going over the
anything
satellite.
bouncing off of the satellite and back down.
Absolutely.
In plain text.
Mhm.
It's not encrypted at all.
So they're
siphoning
off this traffic. Just taking a look at it.
Yeah, we're talking up to and including military traffic.
Oh yeah.
So like Coast Guard, where are our vessels right now? Oh well, okay, they're here because it's not even encrypted
ultra
at all.
secret thing where the ships are. Very secret.
Yeah, you don't want people to know this, but apparently it's not a problem. You just find out. And so this was published, and the register, of course, it's an academic paper, so, who reads academic papers anymore?
Yeah, no one
silly
has read
if
it.
you were running a satellite industry to be taking a look at this sort of stuff. So the register posted it, and within about 20 hours or so, they heard back from T-Mobile. That's actually the end of the story there. They heard back from T-Mobile and no one else. And T-Mobile said, you know what? this was kind of a bad idea. We shouldn't be doing this. We've heard of this brand new thing called SIP. And we think we're going to start applying it to the traffic that goes over the T-Mobile network that hits satellites. And
You don't say.
apply basic encryption to everything as opposed to sending it in plain text.
Which is basically a speed bump, but at least they're trying.
Yeah. Because I'm sure that somebody is like, oh no, there's this new thing called SIP. Oh yes, it's new. It's just come out. No one has ever been fighting it and figured out how to defeat any of the encryption there at all.
Yeah, it's like WEP.
And besides,
think WEP.
Yeah.
Think WEP.
Yeah. It's except we never really upgraded from SIP. It's still being used for most WAPE stuff. Anyway, maybe that's next week's story. But yeah, this is just so frustrating that satellites are so obnoxiously insecure. I am in a way amazed that we don't have them just falling on our heads constantly because someone got bored and wanted to screw with somebody's internet connection.
Has taken control of the thrusters and going like re-entry today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
crazy.
dude who's beating me on Counter-Strike or Battlefield 6 to be more topical, he's on a satellite connection. So if I take this satellite out, his ping is going to go up at least 15-20%. Doink. Satellite comes down. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't devolved to that yet.
Not yet.
Give it time, I'm sure.
Yeah. A drone will be able to take a satellite down soon enough.
You don't need a drone. You don't need to spend that much money.
Oh, okay.
You can do it much cheaper than that.
Yeah, backyard satellite dish ought to do you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Right.
So here's a question. If the satellites are not on Earth, is anybody actually breaking any laws by hacking into them?
You could go after trademark law, maybe, if you grab some, trade secrets. But apart from that, no.
I'd say it feels like theft of service at that point.
It's going to be some sort of wire crime.
Yeah.
It'll be
wiretapping.
Well, but it didn't transfer any money.
Telephone.
Littering. When they crash, you'll get them for littering.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Sorry, I know I'm advocating for the other side there, but it was just a curious thought about laws.
No, I didn't want to delve into the murky depths of maritime law, but essentially maritime law in international waters would apply to space if you had a halfway decent wear. That is my understanding anyways.
Interesting take.
And part of the idea is that if they've put those international waters laws in, then no one can claim it as their space.
Well, the space is the final frontier, Jeremy.
Josh, they're in the house with you.
All right.
My dog is. My dog's in the room. Because we got to let the other dog out who just had surgery that cost us, I don't even want to say.
But yeah.
Did they save the arm and the leg, though?
Well, she's got 4 legs still, so yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Android pic snapping attack can capture app data like 2FA codes.
This is a 12-year-old data stealing attack that is sort of resurfaced because of the way Android has kind of forgotten that there's these side channel attacks. But the reason this is topical today is not because it's actually resurfaced and it's potentially happening again. It's because the attack, in my opinion, is extremely clever. The way that it works, the way that it works is that there's a way to sort of grab the contents of certain pixels on the screen in certain areas of the screen. So the attacker knows where, for instance, Google Authenticator, and you can, as an attacker, you can register your awakening against applications that are on the device. So you can say, scan all of the applications on the device, and I want to register my functionality against certain applications that exist when they run. Application Google Authenticator, for instance, will render the authentication codes on the screen in a particular space time after time. So what they are able to do is clock out this area of the screen by saying, hey, when you run this app, overlay my my program
Android
has an
activities, I think
output.
it was, or yeah.
Exactly, but do it in a way that's invisible. So they're transparent pixels on the screen. What they're doing is drawing on the screen over the top of the Google Authenticator application and watching how long their pixels take to render and clocking out where it renders. Now, because the Android screen uses a compression ratio on the display, pixels that have color in them take infinitesimally longer to render the transparency effect. So white pixels render slightly more quickly than black or darkened pixels. So the timing it takes and their calls to render each pixel of their application, they can determine what's underneath it. And through that timing, they can then reconstruct the Google, for instance, in this case, the Google Authenticator code within a couple of seconds and steal Authenticator codes. This actually works. Very clever. Terrible, but clever all the same.
So we need FreeSync on our Pixel phones.
It's only because compression is turned on, and that changes the ratio, the rate of how long it takes.
But it's also VSync, so the entire screen is doing it at the same time. So if you could actually do dynamic refresh, you could make it a little more convenient.
Again,
but inconvenient.
they're doing a pixel draw from their application on top of the current active application. It's fascinating, really, and fiendishly clever.
No, it's a neat one, and good for them for making a 12-year-old flaw new again. Thanks.
Really, that's what it is. It's called a side channel attack against the screen that's using timing of how long it takes the screen to render. And Google is basically flummoxed. I think that's the right word on how to fix this one.
I think
that doesn't.
Yeah,
it is not very fixable. Again, proof of concept. This is likely to be taken advantage of on a Android device near you soon. Google Authenticator rendering in the same place since
any authenticator.
Yeah. It's rendering in the same place. It's susceptible to this attack.
They always do. That's ease of use.
Moving on from cybersecurity news, CISA warns of Windows privilege escalation vulnerability exploited in attacks.
Jeremy, you reference this one if you want to talk it through.
Stop us if you've heard this before.
Are you going to use the word logging?
I mean, I could, but it's lovely because this is one of these ones that is really targeted at enterprise. Usually you've already socially engineered your way in, and you're going after that person still running Windows 10 saying, hey, I'm here to help you upgrade to Windows 11, or, Lord help you running Server 2016 or something. But it does affect a lot of different systems.
All the way through Server 22, Jeremy. Server 2022 is affected.
Oh, is it?
As well. Yes,
okay,
it is.
Good.
2019, 2016, and 2022, Windows 10 and Windows 11 are all affected to some degree by the faked out log.
Okay, because once again, it is CLFS. It is the driver that, as a troubleshooter, you kind of like to have a common log system, but the problem is this thing is so ridiculously beat over and over again as a vulnerability source, and successfully so. So it essentially logs every transaction that's going on, and, well, if they can sort of sneak something in that overflows a little bit in memory, then they can start to execute stuff with system level access.
Because it's not really level.
Running.
It's user level.
It's not so much
accessible.
running code as it's escalating this log system, which writes a system. And so you just feed it this little bit of a thing, and boom, all of a sudden now that user is running as system. That is root. That it's actually a little bit worse than root when you're running a Windows system. It's about 5 or 6 days old. I haven't had much chance to look at this one yet. But
the underlying nature of it is if you feed it a finely crafted log file to start with, remember, it kind of rotates through and goes, oh, here's a log file. Let me open and append to it. But it reads it to begin with. And if you craft a log file with this sort of buffer overflow, this ability for as this system level process reads it and parses it, this crafted log file takes advantage of the fact that it's reading this text messaging. There's a way to kind of overflow that and have it execute something as its privileged execution. And that thing that you're having it execute just says, oh, yeah, create this shell, for me. And then, it dumps it in a drive or driver or a space or something. And you can come along later and harvest that and go like, now thank you, log system. I'm now running with system privileges at will.
And then that one little, but that's all it takes is that one little foothold in the system. Mm-hmm. And so, user level. As a random user, don't worry about it. But if you're at work, definitely worry about this. And if you're wondering, hey, could I just disable the log file system? No. What are you asking for? You know you can.
This is Windows driver. It's a Windows driver level problem, which is running at elevated system privileges to begin with. It has to. Oh, gosh, another sad story since time eternal. Oh, gosh. And
in the meantime, thank you, Buff Barnaby.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Buff. Thanks, Buff.
You're very generous. Throwing money at us during the podcast always gets you mentioned.
Throwing money at
seems to work
at us to stop us talking about security horrificness.
That will not stop us.
No, sadly it won't. But that doesn't mean it has to stop you. You can keep trying,
and it doesn't stop here.
You can stick your fingers in your ear and make that la 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 sound, but it doesn't stop.
Yeah. Now that Discord leak we heard about before, where they said, "Oh, it was just a third party that did ID verification,
Zendesk, it was
age
Zendesk.
verification." Okay, it's almost 2.2 million photos. We're talking passports, driver's licenses,
government IDs.
The attackers are now extorting Discord to stop a wider leak from this crypto news report from Yahoo News.
I don't know where this is going to go. It's basically just more extortion from the people who pulled all this data out. And it's actually worse than I think we originally thought about it was.
Yeah.
In that these are all like government issued IDs. Many perhaps are there from minors as well who are like saying, age verification type stuff. This is just horrible.
Apparently I'm missing out on a lot of Discord because I never had to feed it a picture of my passport or driver's license or anything.
That was
I suspect that means I'm not hanging out in the same Discords as other people might be.
Well, remember this was for the Zendesk, the help desk system. So you were like verifying your ownership of certain things in Discord. So you had to send them, hey, I am really this person because I possess this ID.
I made the assumption this was just
help you.
Part of the never-ending Discord hack that is what, like 6-8 months old now, and
this
they just keep saying, "Oh yeah, no, we did pull out more and more and more." Okay, so this is a new one. I missed this one.
Yeah, it is. Late September, they were able to exfil a lot of data from Zendesk, essentially the help desk for Discord. And in order to provide help, Zendesk essentially seems like they required some verification of the person that they were talking to say,
no, that's fair.
They were owned, or they owned this channel or this environment or whatever. So they sent in various identifications, and this imagery and ID is what's been stolen and exfilled, and now is potentially going to be leaked with all that personal data associated.
Discord is still Zendesk's only customer. I mean, they've been around for a while. So.
Is Zendesk still supporting Discord after all this? I don't know.
But I mean, how many other Zendesk users got hit if they made it in?
Well, those are next up on the chopping block, where the hackers will probably say, "Okay, now we're going to extort you."
But first up on the chopping block, this segment, which is now over. Thank you.
Hooray!
It felt so empty.
I
last
could have
week.
gone on longer.
I think we spent all of about 6 minutes on this last week.
Sure,
without
you could
two.
have.
But
Well, that was one nice thing about having my
shift.
own personal virus is I
Mhm.
missed out on all of everything that was attacking the internet for that entire week.
It's
Literally
almost like
no idea
it's almost
what
like the people. If Jeremy Brett wasn't here, then you guys wouldn't care.
Jeremy Brett was,
I'm sorry, I misspoke.
was known as probably the definitive Sherlock Holmes, at least on television. And
That's well done.
I think we
become
found
a
out
security
last
expert.
week what if Jeremy Brett was not here, if we would care. And we did care for
reluctantly,
about
yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we talked about, how it's probably better without you guys. And yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, that
know,
seems about right. Yeah.
I watched the uncut version. I know what you said.
Well, I meant what I said. Gaming quick hits. Now, we did talk about this last week, but Jeremy and Brett were not here. Battlefield 6. It's an indie game from a little-known publisher. It's out. And we were talking about the final release requirements and how it's kind of taxing. Although it's funny because if you turn everything down and run at a lower resolution, it's you can run it on almost anything.
Oh, you can play it on a potato.
But it's out and there's a single player campaign.
Nice.
That's nice.
No, apparently not. Apparently EA got
Oh.
really pissed at everyone demanding a single player campaign. So as RPS says, even for a Battlefield game, this is an abysmal single player campaign.
Oh,
Okay.
bad. Sorry to hear that.
Oh yeah. So apparently
That's too
they
bad
got
because
a little bit
Battlefield
annoyed.
3 had an awesome single player campaign.
It did. It was the last good one. After
Operation
that, they became
Firestorm.
benchmarks.
It's been restored from Battlefield 3, Josh. They brought that forward.
I see.
There it is right there. In all its
Flash?
blazing glory. But
Flash Fox Prime also throwing some dollars into
Ooh,
the
wow.
Cheers.
kitty.
Thank you. The bar has been set, and apparently it's been set at
Yeah,
10
do that
US
like
dollars.
20 more times and we
It
can afford to
has.
buy Battlefield 6.
Ah! We do sell out cheap,
It
though.
is.
Just want to put that out there.
Yes.
That is totally true.
So don't worry, the giant patch is forthcoming. So you won't be able to kill people with janky ladders, is apparently one of the notes I read. Apparently there was also a lot of times where bullets would just sort of harmlessly pass through your opponent as opposed to hurting them. And this was upsetting a lot of players.
Jeremy, that was
can't
just
imagine
loose
why.
clothing. That was just loose clothing it was passing
It
through.
was just
Okay.
it just wafted by.
Wafting.
It actually, and it removed a tumor of mine. That's, it was nice of you to do that. I actually gained health from this. So yeah, there's going to be a big patch, and knowing EA and Battlefield, it's going to be gigantic. So make sure that you've got plenty of space left. And I don't know. I haven't jumped on it yet because here in Canada, it's over $80 to get the basic one.
Even in Canada,
Oh, wait.
they throw money.
I'm sure it'll go on sale very
I
quickly.
think my
You'd have to
kid
be
bought
loony
it.
to throw money in Canada.
Yeah.
That guy.
Franchi.
That guy. That guy.
All right, let's move on. Project Amethyst, AMD and Sony's PlayStation 6 plans.
This really tells us a little bit about the upcoming generations of Ryzen stuff and how they're kind of handling
It does.
ray tracing.
I thought this was interesting, Josh, in the way they talked through, well, we don't need to really bring a lot of power. We're just going to optimize through software techniques and AI to
Oh, boy.
infer. Yeah. That's what I thought was most interesting about this story is you may not get a lot of additional GPU power in next gen consoles, with the expectation being we're gonna make it up in software. It's like making it up in volume. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine a 8-year-old kid trying to play a game and yelling, "Mom, the PS6 is hallucinating again. It's still got crazy stuff is on the screen."
There's no enemy. There's no enemy in the trees. I can't believe that. I killed all those birds.
Why does my character model have 6 fingers all of a sudden?
That too. That's
including
normal,
one growing out of the back of his neck.
No strange man even gave me stamps at elementary school today.
I was waiting for that.
I'm sorry. A lot of our viewership probably do not remember those stories.
Yeah, well, if they do, they know, and the rest should learn the hard way.
You know, this
next-gen consoles are deadly serious on not really bringing the best chips, only optimizing via AI. It is totally serious.
You know, this vaguely sounds like not much more power, if any, and using AI to predict and generate sounds a lot like multi-frame generation.
Yeah, but it has AI, so it's a new name.
Which has been such a huge hit.
Hey, Kent, it really depends on how you interpolate this information.
Ooh.
Okay. I'll just leave it at that. Anything else, or should we move on? Okay. From OC3D.net, Intel plans to make shader stutter a thing of the past with ARC. This is not a brand new story. We've heard about the pre-compiling of these shaders from Intel, but it's something to get excited about, and it's a reason to move to ARC. If you don't have enough ammunition already, if you're fed up with the competition, if you're looking for more for your hard-earned dollar, absolutely run out today and buy one of Intel's upcoming ARC graphics products that are not yet available for sale.
We're just pocketing the ARC dollars on this one.
Intel
but anyway,
may not have any budget for this, but we can still give them free advertising.
This is very similar to Microsoft's advanced shader delivery system, which I think we talked about before, Sebastian.
We did. We talked about the Microsoft side. I was wrong. Not the Intel side.
The Intel side kind of sidesteps the Microsoft shader delivery system and goes
making it
right
irrelevant
into the driver. It's irrelevant. Goes right to the driver, and they're going to be distributing it over the internet. So you'd be like downloading.
You'd be like downloading
shaders.
More pre-compile.
Yeah.
How much faster will my Forza Horizon 5 pre-compile?
Some. This in my mind, this just shifts the lag, or it just shifts the wait time from looking at a loading screen or some brief stuttering as you try to elicit all of the different views or different moves that need to be done in order to get the shaders compiled, to some indeterminate time. When is Intel driver going to wake up and download the shaders from the internet? Kind of weird.
Hey, I have a question, Bront.
Oh yes, please.
Are they leveraging
Sebastian,
AI for this? Is it pre-compiling because the AI training model has decided this is what it would compile? So let's just throw that out there.
Let me get way over my skis on this one and say, yes, absolutely. And I don't know anything about this, so I'm just going to, completely true. And you're guessing on this. This is definitely AI. And I don't know a thing about
Brett
it.
Van Struenberg, our Arc Celestial expert here.
No, that would be Josh.
No, he's only got Battle Mage.
Still, he's
the other question is this actually just a driver update they're talking about, or is this the new hardware?
Exactly. This appears to be a driver update with some server out there that's sending down the precompiled shaders.
So Josh will find out sooner or later.
He will.
As long as you put your ARC card back in.
B580. But
look,
and he will tell us.
Intel only offers 2 or 3 SKUs, so it's probably easier for them to precompile for the hottest titles out there.
Stedman says it's more economical to just get a second GPU to compile your shaders for you locally.
Well, yes, but like NVIDIA did before, it'll have to be another Intel card.
Yeah, but don't be confused with the fact that you're using it during playtime. It's just for pre-compiling your shaders. Get it right.
Yes.
Doesn't even need
and totally doesn't
don't even
help
need
with
to
the
connect the
physics. So you
screen.
need another card for that.
Don't even bother getting a way to connect a monitor to it. Just
Oh, no.
use it for compiling. And AI and local LLMs. Yeah.
No, get the old Voodoo SLI cable out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I think it's time for picks of the week. Josh,
Me
are you ready?
trying to think what I picked. Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of commentary around Thrustmaster that they're not quite at the level of the Simucube and the Logitechs this time with their higher end stuff. And Moza, that's a big one. Interesting. But for the wheels that you get, you don't pay a whole lot of money for. So, for example, this one is a GT3 based wheel on the the Ferrari 488. It's a very famous GT3 race car. It's a 1-to-1 replica. It's actually got carbon fiber front on it. I don't think that's just a decal. It's actually carbon fiber. And it weighs like 1.1 kilograms. It's made of premium materials. And it's only $269. It can go on both the old and the new quick release mechanisms. It's insane. If you look at something from Fanatec or Moza or whoever that is similar to this, it's in the $400 range. And so, if you're already in the Thrustmaster ecosystem, something like this is a really nice upgrade from kind of their stock wheel. And, if you want the full GT3 experience, you can actually kind of work it for Formula One. It's the whole open wheel concept. But anyway, relatively inexpensive as compared to the competition and of pretty good quality. It's one thing that Thrustmaster has at least done is the add-ons have not been, sticker shock, because they have a replica Ferrari Formula One wheel with a 3x4-inch LCD display, and it's like $400. You go to any of the competition, and the minimum you're looking at is like $699 to $1,000. So, they have pretty good stuff, and you put that with a T818 force feedback, and it's good living. So there
Seems
you go.
like sim racing has really got to be your thing. And is there a market for other wheels for different kind of racing? You think?
There may be. There may be.
Maybe?
No, in the past 5 years, sim racing has absolutely exploded. And the stuff that is coming out now is really kind of nuts. I mean, we're talking about direct drive wheelbases that are pushing 39 Newton meters of force, which is enough force that if you hit a crash or something, you need to let go of the wheel. Otherwise, you're risking bodily injury. It's a significant amount of force. So yeah, they're moving up there, and it's not as expensive as it used to be. 10 years ago, you could get a direct drive thing for $1,500 to $2,400, and it was kind of a cheap. You had to actually kind of put it together yourself. Support was not great.
$2,000
now,
and you hit self assembly, and my gosh, I didn't know it was that expensive. I had no idea.
Yeah, direct drive were rare as hen's teeth, and expensive, and you had to do a lot yourself. But yeah, no, it's a lot better now. Everything's good. So take that
pick. Thank you, Josh. That
pick.
pick was right in your wheelhouse.
Ooh.
And Jeremy
This guy
next.
again.
My pick this week is indomethacin. It's really helping. But apart from that, if you're looking for building a system, because honestly, it's been rough, so I haven't had time to get a good pick. But hey, a Ryzen 5 9600X at $280 Canadian is not a bad way to start, not a high-powered system, but a decent system. And they're tossing in a $50 air cooler for free when you buy it, making this an okay deal into a pretty good deal, because now you've got two of the things knocked off your list. You get your CPU and your cooler done.
In the States, too? Let's see.
I don't know.
No. You get a Team Group 1 terabyte SSD in the US.
Well, that's not bad either.
Yeah.
It still knocks off two things, which is the concept here.
Yes, this is the concept, is that you're a chunk of the way there now. Now you just need, a motherboard and some memory. The chances are good you've got a case kicking around and a PSU that's going to work.
Thank you, Jeremy, for that pick. You can't go wrong recommending Ryzen processors in 2025. It's just, if you're a DIY enthusiast, you probably already have a Ryzen processor.
I mean, you could get a 13th generation Intel KF for roughly the same price. But
then you're risking.
Why would you?
You're risking a lot, because are those really? Can you trust them after 12th gen? Do you really trust them? Unless you're like Kent and micromanage your voltage and delid them and exotically.
Yeah, but in that case, you're buying the ultra high end because you're actually interested. This is just it's an R5.
I've got a 14th gen in my server.
How's that going?
It's fine. It's just the basic 14500 because it was on sale and came with Star Wars Outlaws, which I was going to buy anyway. So
nice, and
it stays very cool and runs on pretty low voltage and manages the server really well. But anyway,
yeah, that's fine. There are Intel fans out there. They exist, and one of them is on our podcast.
I've been enjoying the Outlaws. I've been playing.
I have not played the second expansion yet, simply because I've not had time to do much of anything in the last 4 months. But I played through the main campaign and the first expansion, and it took a little bit of getting used to, because, every Star Wars game I've ever played previously, I've played a Jedi. And you're not playing a Jedi. You're playing a rogue scoundrel, kind of space pirate type person. And but once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of deep lore in the game. So, yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. And I look forward to the
moments over the last week and a bit. I've been playing it, and it's been quite entertaining.
Not to spoil the next pick at all, but Brett, something in the same vein, perhaps, or at least in the same universe.
It is in the very same universe, and I know
the retcon universe.
I know that we are all Star Wars fans, and if you're like me, and I know that we are, in this way anyway, we're fans of the Star Wars universe.
If you're like me, and I know I am.
If you're like me, and I know that I am. Anyway, the point is that we haven't all been very impressed with a lot of the latest material coming into the Star Wars universe from shows and movies and things like that. Only some of it really passes muster. And you sort of see kind of a gray area with people like, I kind of liked this. And a lot of big fans are like, no, I don't like, I haven't watched that. Perhaps switch over to the books is my advice. I haven't tried any of these, but I own a lot of Star Wars books. So if you want to sample some of the new material that's coming out, but in book form, which might not suck because they haven't committed it to a show or to a movie, and it may, in book form, it may be okay. It might be okay. So if you're willing to give the Star Wars universe in late form another chance,
recommendation, it might be okay.
It might be okay. If you're willing to give it another chance and you're going, please serve up something that isn't terrible, this might be the avenue to do so. Not everything has been bad, just most things that have come out recently.
if you
But
can
for
part
less than $20, less than $20, you can get a lot of new material books.
if you can part with $18 and you don't have to have any of this cluttering up your home because it's all digital,
yes,
then hey, why not? Although,
why not?
I was a fan of Star Wars novels back in the old days.
Oh,
Well, I was going to ask, is Mara Jade in this one at all?
Yes. The stuff that should have been episodes, 7, 8, and 9.
yes,
The Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, the
there's
ones
some
that got
other books.
retconned to death and
it's no
died.
Kevin Foss. Or, anyway.
Yeah. But hey, go beyond
I have
the
not
films.
read it, but I heard that Brotherhood was quite good, which is the book that takes place. It tells the story between Anakin and Obi-Wan between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It's like right after Attack of the Clones. I've heard that actually is.
It's when Obi-Wan was growing out the mullet then, like that whole process.
Look, we all know that there's a lot of authors and storytellers who have managed to tell a good story in this newer universe that somehow that concept completely gets lost when it gets turned into a show or a movie.
Well,
this is your
the difference
opportunity
between
to
one author's vision
exactly
and a committee at Disney deciding what goes in and,
this is an opportunity to sample an author's vision, which is I can almost guarantee he's going to be
Who
way
was the
better
writer?
than what they're doing.
Chuck, what was his name?
Wendig?
What?
Woolery?
Chuck
Was it
Wendig?
Wendig?
Yeah, no, he was just a bad writer.
Oh, okay.
The first Star Wars book was that Splinter of the Mind's Eye from Alan Dean Foster?
Alan Dean
Yes,
Foster.
it was.
Alan
And he
Dean
actually
Foster
worked
from-
with George Lucas on the
Yeah,
Star
Splinter of the
Wars
Mind's
original
Eye, an awesome
novelization,
writer.
which was actually released a year before the film, believe it or not.
True. I remember
Several
this.
months before the film. And then Splinter of the Mind's Eye was
But
the sequel.
the Han Solo
but
trilogy
the third one was
came out at
canceled
the
when he
same
decided
time.
to change the story.
Very true.
Because in Splinter of the Mind's Eye, Luke and Leia are sort of a couple. Later, Lucas decided to make Leia the sister to tie up some loose ends about the other that Yoda and Ben spoke of at the end of The Empire Strikes Back.
I got to go with
More
Jeremy on this.
Star Wars
Lucas
history next week.
never
The
planned
Han
ahead.
Solo trilogy was very enjoyable. Han Solo at Star's End, Han Solo
was a disposable character. Lando Calrissian was designed to replace Han Solo because Harrison Ford was not committed to a third film. He was not under contract. Only Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill were.
Well, and also his clothes, which Lando just weirdly put on at the very end.
Yeah, he's wearing the same clothes.
Empire.
He's a roguish
It literally
figure
Harrison
with,
Ford's
with a good
clothes.
heart that you find, and he's the original owner of the Millennium Falcon. I mean, this is interesting. It was a drop-in replacement. Plus, he instantly took some of the heat off of Lucas, who was criticized for basically whitewashing his universe with the first film. So it was like, hey,
And the
it's
second,
the perfect
and the
solution to
third.
everything.
I think
Josh
we're all on the
is
same.
turning
we're
to
all on
the dark
same
side,
page
by the
here,
way.
except for Josh, who is passed out due to low blood pressure.
Yeah. It's okay, Josh. Almost over. Kent, your pick
No,
this week.
low interest.
Low interest.
So,
pressure.
if you don't have a local backup, you probably should, especially if you're going to try to destroy everything that you've worked so hard on by upgrading to Windows 11. So here's a backup that should cover most of your data unless your name is Alan Malventano. It's 26 terabyte external USB 3, $279.99. It's usually quite a bit more. You can see that the 24 terabyte is at $319 and the 20 is $299.
What?
So yeah, it's $279.99.
The more you
for
buy, the more you
26
save.
terabytes.
And the 18 is 503. That seals the deal.
Yep.
Can I just say, Kent?
I don't understand. This doesn't math, Kent. I don't get this.
I appreciate very much the sentiment and the idea of buying large external storage. Just have some local backup as well as your online backup.
Yep.
But I once thought as you do. I bought the largest available Seagate USB drive a long time ago, back when that was 5 terabytes.
What happened?
I lost my data.
It died because the 5 terabyte Seagate was an awful
Yes.
drive.
I ended up doing a bunch of recovery on it, and I got almost all of my stuff back. But then it was all like just random. I lost a lot of like my folder structure and stuff.
All the metadata and yeah.
But I got most of the stuff back. But still, I don't trust really large Seagate drives. Maybe that's unreasonable.
Why? The other
I think
shingles before?
They're better now.
they are
This is a
better now. I've
this has to
actually
be a shingle
got
drive.
I actually
don't
got
know
one
what
of
it
the
is. I'm looking.
the 16 terabyte of this a couple of years back.
Still working?
And it was much less than 229 at that point. And it's been my on-site backup since then. And it's been absolutely flawless, fantastic. Yeah, I've had no problems with it. I did have one issue because it's in my server closet. It ran a little hot. This external case that Seagate has doesn't ventilate extremely well, I don't think. And I put two 80 millimeter fans underneath it, and yeah, temperatures on it have been fine ever since. No problems at all.
Oh, no, apparently it's not SMR.
Lance says CMR.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a CMR.
This could be
I wanted to
the
get a
storage
couple
deal
of,
of the year.
Yeah, I wanted to get a couple of references on that, but no, apparently it's CMR.
I would just feel better in a bigger form factor. This just seems very small for 26 terabytes to trust.
Just buy
You want a
more of
5 and a
them.
quarter?
Buy two of them
yes,
and just
Jeremy,
copy everything to
yes.
both drives.
Maybe just a 3
The
and a half.
all new Seagate 5 and a quarter.
The 2.5 makes me uncomfortable. The 3.5 I can believe in a little bit more. Does it shuck? Sure.
And on a side note, Andor is the best television show I've ever watched in my entire life.
All right.
It's good.
Yeah, you never watched Laugh-In.
My pick, you never watched Police Squad, apparently.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no, I've watched Police Squad.
6 episodes?
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
I guess we all have different tastes.
Exactly.
So, I'm not going to.
But what
That's
about
it.
farty towels?
As a matter of fact, all 6 episodes of Police Squad are on that backup drive that I just spoke about.
Yes.
Good. Good man.
That show being canceled was such a. I mean, it makes.
Yeah,
Save
it
it
was,
for
canceled
it was too
for a
good.
reason.
It was too good to last.
Yeah.
All right. My pick this week, Apple
Car 54,
iOS
where are you?
26. It is. I forgot to bring my iPhone down here, but it is comical that this was actually released like this. I remember reading somewhere that they had to do something because their Apple intelligence stuff isn't ready still.
Oh,
So
still.
here's glass. And there are user interface elements of this that make it illegible. You can't even read what's on the screen in certain instances. And there's a hilarious video.
Wow, we're back to the start of the show again.
From user Samtime on YouTube, who has a video about how Liquid Ass was designed. So he talks about Apple and their design process and making things flat initially, making them from something obvious to a series of blobs. But that wasn't good enough because now it's this glass concept where you want everything to look like it's frosted glass, and taking color away and just turning it into an indistinct, blurry blob.
Allow
on your
the
screen.
background to take control of things that you're trying to interact with.
No,
There are
Sebastian,
people.
have you tried taking Scotch tape and putting it over top?
It's the
and seeing
same.
what makes it
If you put it into actual liquid glass mode, it's not. They're comparing it to Vista. Vista was great. Vista has shading behind the letters.
super colorful.
There's contrast. There's color. No. Not with liquid glass when everything looks exactly the same and you can't even tell what the heck you're looking at. There's no difference between the background and the foreground. The best part, not just the bugs, the best part is there are instances within, I don't know if he shows it. I was doing this myself. You can enable this and disable this on your home screen, but you can't change the system-wide changes they've made, which include glass elements when you're looking at the photos on your phone. If you have anything that's too bright, too white, Apple just averages it out to all white with their little hovering glass oval, and all the text is gone. You have no idea when the picture was taken anymore. It just feels broken. So
if your picture combines with the UI elements in a destructive way, those UI elements disappear.
Yes. And it's just, I don't know how much of it you can fix with accessibility. I was messing around with accessibility and didn't fix the issues that I had with it. And then I have a developer account. So I went in and I updated to 26.1 and it's not fixed. It still looks bad. And the whole thing just looks amateurish. It's like a Chinese iOS knockoff look. It just looks, I can't download it for yourself and then you'll regret it instantly because you can't go back.
I don't have it on my phone yet. Why
Stay
would
on
I do
iOS
that?
18.7 or whatever it is. Don't update. It's not an upgrade. I guess they think they can do whatever they want because people are still going to want an iPhone. And I used this for a few minutes and I just said, okay. And I transferred my SIM over to my Android phone again. And I'm happy that I did. So
Plus you can snap it closed.
exactly.
You get to hang up on people by snapping things closed.
Right.
There's something so
I get to answer the
physical
phone
about that.
like this.
Does
and
it
hang
make
up
the sound?
phone like that? It could. I mean, I'm not
It sounds
counting
like a
two phones or
dolphin.
anything, but
Yeah. You know what it sounds like, Josh. Don't make fun.
there's a spot.
Kirk here.
Spock, you need to come down to the planet.
no intelligent life here at
And
all.
if he ever wants to end a conversation with someone, he can just open it up real quickly and go, Mark, cho ichu.
That's great.
That is exactly.
All right. Well, on that note, let's say goodnight. Let's say goodbye until next week. This has been the PC Perspective Podcast. The entire crew came back just for you because we miss you. And, feelings. Don't do that anymore, Brett, please. That's too intimate. Well, hold on. Cat cam.
That's too intimate. Don't
That's the
stop.
same kind of cap as Grumpy Cap. Grumpy
Is that the same cat?
but
Has it grown
yeah,
that much?
But without
Oh yeah.
2 weeks?
the deformities.
I mean, I starve it constantly, and it doesn't matter. I don't
Your
understand.
kitten is getting absolutely massive.
Why? Thank you.
Okay.
It's
All right,
actually stealing his life force, and that's why he's been
I know,
sick.
she's
That
like
may
going for the
actually be what's
throat.
going on.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.